Empathy is really fucking overrated. Don't get me wrong, right? It's great to care about people. It's great to have feeling for people. It's good to be able to feel other people's pain. But it can be oversensitive, yeah? It can be a way that your mind gets hijacked and exploited, because empathy is kind of a cheat code for your whole system, your way of thinking. You want to help people, you start making bad decisions in order to help people. But let's assume that you actually want to help someone. You've got to start from the facts, right? Now, I often get accused of having a lack of empathy because I don't find certain emotional heartstring tugs to be that effective. Or because I want to find out what's true so that I can actually help someone, you know? We should find out whether they genuinely need help, what kind of help they need, what the most effective kind of help is. So, I start asking analytical questions, and that is somehow seen as unempathetic, or robotic, or Vulcan, or inhuman in some way. But do you want to solve these issues, or don't you? Empathy, sadness, feeling for someone is a great motivator, like anger is a great motivator. But you can't just operate off anger, you can't just operate off fear, you can't just operate off empathy. You won't solve anything like that. And there's all kinds of things that it's pointless having empathy for, or that's no longer relevant. So people were enslaved in the past. Do we live in the past? Are people enslaved today on the same kind of mass scale with state legitimacy? No. So why are you bringing it up when someone's talking about issues that affect people across racial lines, like poverty? Why are you trying to bring that up in relation to it? It doesn't relate. You want me to feel sorry for people? Well, fine, but they're not in that situation anymore. You can't dine out on slavery forever. You can't even dine out on genocide forever. It doesn't excuse everything. And people today largely aren't responsible for these things that may have happened to one group or another. And it doesn't invalidate their concerns. And if you try to ignore their concerns, then you get a Trump. Then you get a Brexit. How to explain this to people? I don't see the kind of rationality that I know many of these people have being applied when it comes to these situations. Do you want Trump to get a second term? Do you want the Conservative Party to continue to run rampant in the UK? Probably not if you're on the left, or at least slightly left-leaning, or even centrist. In the way I am. So you need to overcome this block you have. These people have issues. Well, fuck them. They're cis, het, white males. They enslaved my ancestors. Yeah, your ancestors. Not you. Are you a slave? No. You have the same rights and opportunities as everybody else. And if there's inequities, it's poverty. And yeah, some of it might be generational poverty, but that affects people of every colour. So let's say we actually want to help people. Let's say we actually want to make a difference. It's not enough to feel sorry for them. And it's not practical to feel sorry for them. And it's not practical, and it's not going to help if you just listen to whatever they say through their grievance, right? You need information. You need to understand. You need accuracy. You need to look at the situation, decide how you want to change it for the better, get the data you need, and act on the basis of that data to try and make positive changes. And that's not going to happen if you just run on empathy. Someone might tell you the most heart-wrenching story ever, but it's just their perspective. It's just an anecdote. It's not data, yeah? You can't act on that. It's not sufficient. You need to understand. You need to know. You need to really grok with fullness the situation that's going on before you start tweaking things to change it. Something must be done. Those are some of the most dangerous words in the English language. What if they're selling you a line? What if it's not true? What if
Those poor people.
We're Homo sapiens sapiens, right? Not Homo fides or something similar. Right? What defines us as human is our capacity to think, to reason, to puzzle out solutions and make and find tools to use in order to solve problems. Any animal can feel fear. Any animal can feel sympathy. Yeah, any animal can feel rage and anger. But we can think. So let's think. Why is this such a radical concept? Why is this seen as unempathetic? To examine someone's issue and weigh it, measure it, perhaps find it wanting, perhaps find it to be worthy, and if it is worthy, to try and find solutions, rather than just knee-jerk something that someone begs you for. Come on, brains, sapiens. It's not unempathetic, it's practical. Empathy's the motivation, thought is the practicality. If this carries on, we're just fucked. We are going to be stuck with generational authoritarianism because people in my tribe, the left, are just unable to adapt, to think, to reach out, to argue, to convince people. You're treating your ideology like a religion, and that doesn't tend to end well. Zang, I guess.